Let's bring in John Day. He's watching along in Santa Fe, New Mexico. What do you think of this case overall? I don't know if you had an opportunity to see the openings, but the defense came out and blamed the brother Corey.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Yep, the defense is going with the SODD defense. Some other dude did it, blaming the third brother, claiming that the police never investigated him, trying to deflect all the attention away from Paul. I mean, it's risky, but at the same time, if a jury believes that there was someone else out there who was not investigated, I mean, it's all that the defense has. They're going to go down that road, but we know from the outset, right out of the gate, where they're going to go.
This accountant had the unique relationship that went back to an uncle, and he's known these brothers for a very long time and was doing their books. How did you, what did you take away from his testimony as he went through not only the numbers, but then also the emotions of finding out that Keith was dead?
Right. Good witness for the prosecution. The accountant doesn't really have a dog in the fight. He's going to be seen by the jury as someone who is just doing his job, just looking at the numbers, literally, you know, black and white on paper. And it's a numbers case at this point for the prosecution, trying to establish, they don't have to establish motive, but they are going to through the financial records showing that, you know, that there were these losses, that there were things happening, that there was something afoot. And the accountant is a really good witness for this. He presents well. He knows what he's talking about, and he's really affable. So I think the jury is really going to like him, and they're going to listen very carefully to everything he says about what happened with the brothers in that company.
Yeah, let's get a break. Let's bring back in criminal defense attorney John Day. John, I don't know to what extent you were following this manhunt, this heartbreaking case out of Ohio, but it sure caught the attention of true crime folks around the country. And boy, this was interesting. There was an old spouse, but no relation. It didn't seem like there was any beef, you know, on the surface. Do you believe that we'll learn a lot more in the coming days and months before, if and when this goes to trial?
Right. Well, there's a backstory here that we don't know yet. We will find out eventually. But, you know, law enforcement was clearly going to be looking at former romantic relations, anyone who was close to either one of the victims. Of course, one of the first things you think of is, well, does it involve something involving the doctor's practice, the dentist's practice? You expand from there. But, you know, in cases like this, where there was no, I mean, real clear, real obvious motive, law enforcement is going to go looking for any kind of connection to someone who's, you know, a spouse or someone, former partner, something like that. But again, we don't know right off, you know, the top what the motive would have been with this ex-husband. But it was, you know, it's a horrible, horrific murder. And we've got that video of the person walking along the street, and they're going to sort of go back and sort of trace the person's steps, the defendant's steps at this point. But I mean, a horrific crime, but you know, when something like that happens, the first place they're going to start looking is an ex-spouse or former romantic attachment.
And you think, you know, people that do commit these crimes, the motivation is different, you know, money, love, you have it. But there's a sense where we all think, well, boy, that guy's dumb. How would he ever get away with it? And this guy's a doctor. It never ceases to amaze me that criminals come in all sizes and shapes and professions and intelligence. A vascular surgeon, seemingly doing well in Illinois, goes across country to kill his ex-wife and her husband. It's hard to get your head around.
Right, and we will find out more. We will learn what law enforcement prosecutors think the motive was. And, you know, in cases like this, you see it. I mean, we can say, well, you know, why would a doctor, a well-educated, successful professional, why could he possibly engage in something like that? But in a lot of these cases, you see something overtakes, something overwhelms the filters that, you know, that mean you wouldn't ordinarily do something like that. You wouldn't take that kind of action. There was something burning away, according to prosecutors. There's going to be something that they find underlying, according to their theory, why this person, after what was apparently an amicable divorce, but something must have been happening in this defendant's mind to generate that kind of an action. So we will find out more. It's tragic, but it's also something that you can't turn away from.
Yeah, again, the extradition hearing is set for 2:30 Eastern time, about an hour from now. And as Matt just reported, we'll have cameras, so we'll watch that together, get our first look at this soon-to-be defendant. Let's